I'm going to be talking about the manipulative fractions by the Math Learning Center. And for this, you could choose either a frac or a bar for it, and it allows you to choose the number, and it also has a pie chart that you can use. And the thing I liked about this was that when you did the graphs, you could change the colors. So there wasn't really any one color. So you can click on one color and shade one part of it, and the other color you can shade. And for this, I thought that it was probably better just for K through 2 and 3rd and 4th grade. Probably not 5th and 6th grade, just because when they get into the upper grades, they're doing a lot with bigger fractions. I mean, maybe for them to start out, it would be a good introduction to use, but probably not once they start getting into more difficult equations. I thought that this could be used, even though it's fractions, you could use them as like a number line with a box numbered line. And you could also do two of them, so you could compare two lines, but you could compare them as wholes. So you could do like maybe 6 minus 8. And you can also draw out to the side of it, so you could go, or not 6 minus, or 8 minus 5. You could go 8 and then just have them do the subtraction out to the side. So I thought that was kind of cool, and I also thought that once they started doing it, instead of doing them as wholes, they could also use it as for counting and cardinality. So they could just, instead of thinking it as numbers, think of them as shapes. And then I also thought that you could do uh, base 10, like introducing base 10 addition and subtraction. And you can also like make these bigger, so you could have 100, and then you could uh, add another one with maybe 50. And so it allows you to adjust the blocks and everything to how the students would like them. Then they can go in and maybe say they wanted 75 blocks from the first one. So then they could color all these. And then maybe they only want, oh, 30. Oh, maybe a little more than 30 out of the second one. And then they could go ahead, and they also have this, so you could go 71 minus 37. Have them, you can put that down there for them, and then they can solve it out to the side. So well, I'm not gonna work that out, but, and I also thought for the older grades too, that since these are fractions and everything, they could use them to subtract fractions. And I also thought, I'm in 3rd and 4th grade, and when we were in there the first day, they were doing their AM, which is accelerated math, and they were doing a lot with fractions. So I thought this would be a good way to kind of have them visually learn it as they go, so they could, well, let's do a smaller fraction. So they could have like uh 5, so something out of 5, like 3/5, and then you could have them do another thing and another bar and go with sixths, and have them do 4/6, and then you could have them, you could even have them multiply it and then, or divide it, and then once they multiply it or divide it out to the side, we could check the answers, and just for them to get it, or to make better sense and have better math fluency, we could have them also create a bar graph of the new fraction that they came up with.